The future of our youth remains uncertain, as it has for any generation. No matter your age, seeking help will always be on the table as a legitimate option. The children of yesterday have made the world what it is today, with all its merit and faults. Some of those people come from a time where the perception of the mentally ill was worse than it was today, condemning those with conditions a large portion of these Americans will be or already affected by. Mental illness within drug users, the homeless, and the financially disadvantaged is an extreme prevalence, and those affected often don't have an outlet or proper medical attention to treat their illnesses. So you might be thinking, there must be some way these people get treated. I mean, where does all this funding go, and to who? So let's narrow it down a bit and talk about those who live specifically within the state of California. Residents of California that fall under the 138% of the poverty line or meet any of the qualifications listed under the guidelines qualify for Medi-Cal, which would provide resources and treatment for the mentally ill. Even so, many homeless individuals qualify, yet continue to remain untreated. Medi-Cal is covered by the Department of Healthcare Services, or the DHCS, whose offices are located upstate in Sacramento. I took a flight up there to conduct an interview with the DHCS director, Jennifer Kent, who oversees the coverage of millions of Californians.
So we want to take care of people that are low income, disabled, or suffer from really significant health conditions. We have 22 contracting plans across the state in every single county. And so depending on what your level of need is, either as an adolescent or as an adult, the county is going to assign you to a provider. That provider is responsible for, diagnosing your condition, writing up a treatment plan. If you need pharmaceutical prescriptions, they write the prescriptions. The county sometimes will deploy a mobile crisis unit as well. So we're trying to prevent people from being put into a law enforcement situation that don't need to be because of their mental health condition. So that's some of the work that we try to do with the counties, is to what we say divert people. So they may have a mental health condition and someone's first inclination is to say, oh, that person's acting really odd, I'm going to call the police. And really what it is no, that person's just not okay.
Despite the efforts of the state, many continue to slip through the cracks and remain without coverage. Without treatment, some resort to drugs or crime to cope, almost always leading to incarceration, placing them in an endless cycle of institutionalization and release. They in turn become aliens of our society, stuck in a sand trap of poverty and drug use. The sick are diminished to mere criminals. They too have their lives restrained by mental illness.
And what can we do? Can we really fix an issue so deeply convoluted and difficult? I mean, where do we even begin? Well, let's start by reaching out to those we see in the streets. Volunteer, write to your representative, help state programs reach their full potential, donate to research groups. This may sound repetitive or obvious now, but the mentally ill is an insurmountable population. Because it's the man living on the sidewalk, because it's the woman next to you in the grocery store. It's your neighbor or your classmate, your best friend, your brother or sister. You or I that could be suffering from a mental disorder. Whether you're a millionaire or homeless, teen or adult, man or woman, it will never leave us, but we can change the way we approach it, the way we fund it and treat it, and someday we can look back knowing we've changed the world for the better. Or where nobody has to be afraid